Alright, so it's time to implement our saving method, update. What this does, it processes the options entered by the user and will save them to the database. So what we return in here is going to be what's going to be saved. So let's define this instance, and that's going to be equal to the old instance. And we're just going to change this, the values according to what the user entered. So you could do other sort of processing here as well if you wanted to. We just want to grab the title the user entered, which is the new instance title. It's always good practice to also strip tags, just in case, just to protect our data from things that we don't want to have. We don't want to have tags, HTML tags in our title. So we get rid of those, and then we save it. So this should do it for the saving part. If I just write something like video, save this, it's being saved now. If I reload the page, it's being saved. Now the last part from the widget creation process is actually showing the widget to the user. We want to have this shown in here. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is to extract the arguments so that they are available as variables within this scope. Let's grab the title. So you remember that filters, when we saw filters are called when before showing certain things to the user. So we worked on a filter for the article title. Well, there's also a filter for the widget title. So we are, as a user, the user here is modifying the title, right? But we still want those filters to be called, because imagine, okay, the user enters a certain title they want, but there's also another plugin that makes the title uppercase or lowercase, or adds certain things to the title. So we still want the titles to be, the filters to be applied. So what we'll do is apply the title filters, the widget title filter, and the value where this will be applied is instance title. So that's the title saved by the user, but we're also applying the filters just in case there's one. This is the kind of things, and what I'll do below, it's the kind of things that there's no way you could have known before. So once you see these examples, now you know that you need to do those things. We only want this widget to be shown if it's a single post, because the video links are saved on a per post level. So we're going to do if it's single. If it is single, that's where we're going to show our widget. Otherwise, we're not going to show anything. So this is the other thing that you sort of need to have seen before. We're showing now the part of the widget that's at the beginning of the container. So these things sometimes come in blocks, and we're printing out the first part. Then we need to print out before title, which is there right before the title. Sometimes titles also come in like a container surrounded by a border. Then we need to print the actual title. And now we print after title, which is the closing part of the title. In here, we'll print the widget content, what's inside of the widget, and to finalize, we're going to print the after widget. Now let's look into this part. What we want is a YouTube video. When you embed YouTube videos, you use a URL that's different from the one when you watch a YouTube video. The URLs that we've been entering here are the ones that are shown when you watch a video. This is the video ID. So I need to grab the video ID from a video URL. And in order to do that, I'm just going to use a method that I found on the internet that will take the video URL as when you're viewing it, and it will retrieve just the video ID. So we're going to use that in here. Let's grab the post metadata so that we can get the video URL. Let's do that in here. Get post metadata. This is something we've done before. I'm just going to write this variable name, and we do it by calling get post meta, and then we need the post ID, which is get the ID. It's the ID of the current post. And now what kind of post metadata we need? That's this one here that I defined previously when we created the meta boxes. And since this is a URL and we're going to show it to a user, I just want to make sure it's okay, so I'm going to escape it just to make sure it's a valid URL. I mean, it cleans all tags and things. And now we just want to print it, so that will be printing an iframe. This is just the way you embed YouTube videos anywhere on the web. Just going to give it a width 200, a height 200, frame border 0, allow full screen, and the source of the video. And that's youtube.com embed, and that's what I call the method that I told you about, this one here. So I'm just going to call that, because that will give me the ID of the video, and what I'll give it as a parameter is the watch link. And now let's just close the iframe and cross our fingers so that there are no errors, and it works right out of the box. Let's go to our article. So I'm going to reload this, and here we have our video with the title that we entered, and we can watch that video that was defined. Right. Yeah, so that's how you create widgets. Basically, widgets allow you to do a lot of things. You can go far beyond basic links and search bars. You can have forms, surveys, input fields, video or other content from the web, tweet streams, other social network streams, all sorts of things. You can also have JavaScript code to record some stuff. We're going to look in further lessons. And all widgets follow the same steps. You need to create an object. It has a constructor with some options. The options for the user in the appearance page, when you update the form, and what's shown to the end user on the actual page. You have to register that, of course. So that would be all for this lesson.